Having a strong core is essential for being able to express your strength in the real world. But there's a lot of very bad information out there on how best to train your abdominals. In this video, I'll show you how to build unbreakable core strength using nothing more than a single kettlebell. Straight up old school abdominal training. To develop real world functional strength, you need to train your abdominals to do two things. The first is to produce force. This is moving your trunk and generating power. The second, and arguably the most crucial of the two, especially if you're interested in things like long-term health and injury prevention, is the ability to create stiffness, to get tight in order to protect your low back. The top 7 vertebrae make up your cervical spine, which is outside of the scope of this video. Next, we come to the thoracic spine, which is the middle 12 vertebra and is colored red in this picture. As you can see, the thoracic spine is braced by your ribs, which provide it with plenty of stability and support. And then at the bottom is your lumbar spine, which has nothing but the muscles of your core to support it. And so if your abdominals aren't strong enough to do their job, you're at risk of developing low back pain, or even worse, getting injured. So it's crucial we develop a set of abdominals strong enough to resist the forces that life... So it's crucial that you develop a set of abdominals that can handle anything that life or sport may throw at you. When it comes to developing that ability to create stiffness through the midsection, there are a few exercises that will give you more bang for your buck than the hollow body press. Okay, so let's go over the technique. The first thing is the hollow position itself, right? So you're gonna start on your back, crunch up your shoulders, and what you're looking to do is push your low back down into the mat, right? Or into the floor. From here, we're gonna straighten the legs out. Ideally, we wanna keep the feet about shoulder height. In the beginning, it's okay to bend your legs if you need to, but we wanna make sure we keep the knees ahead of the hips, not above the hips. If you lose that low back contact, either by sitting up too much or by letting your shoulders roll back and creating some space here, it means you've lost your abdominals, right? So the number one cue you can keep in mind while you're doing this exercise to really make sure you're doing it properly is your low back pushing down into the ground? Okay, let's talk about foot position. So rather than letting your legs just flop out here independent, we're gonna bring the big toes together, turn the heels out, squeeze everything nice and tight. This is gonna create more tension through the front of the body, stronger abdominals. Okay, so now we're gonna bring in the kettlebell. The goal is to press the kettlebell without any movement anywhere else in the body, right? We really wanna lock down that hollow position, squeeze the abdominals, and be able to press this thing. Okay, here we go. So locking in that hollow position, crunching up the shoulders, low back is pressing, kettlebell up, and down, and down. So this is best done in the 8 to 10 repetitions per side range and slow and controlled. It's also a good idea to take a break when you're switching sides because although you're only pressing with one arm, the entire midsection is going to be working on every single rep. So real quick, if you're interested in moving and feeling better, then one of the most important things you can do is start a daily mobility practice. I put together a 7.5 minute morning mobility routine. It's specifically crafted to undo a lot of the damage modern life is causing us. It's gonna open up your hips, free up your spine, loosen your shoulders, and leave you feeling a hell of a whole lot better. You can get it by clicking the link in the description below. Now, back to the core training. Most people butcher sit-ups. They wind up overusing their hip flexors, and instead of developing strong abdominals, they end up developing low back pain. But this variation fixes that. It's called the new school Russian sit-up. It's gonna take out your hip flexors, take out momentum, and build you a rock solid, unbreakable core. And it's a heck of a lot harder than it looks. So I'm gonna go over the bodyweight version first, and then I'm gonna show you how to load it using the kettlebell. So the first thing we're gonna do is place your feet up against a wall, right? We want a little bit of pressure here, so my feet aren't just touching, I'm actually pushing in. The second thing, we're gonna use a yoga block or something of similar size, and we're gonna squeeze it between your knees. And this is an intense effort, right? I'm really trying to crush this. This is gonna do a few things. First of all, it's gonna activate my deep core muscles. And second, it's gonna fire up my adductors, which are the muscles in here, and that is gonna make it much more challenging for my hips to get involved. And if my hips can't get involved, that means my abdominals wind up having to do a whole lot more of the work. So once we've established this position, we've got the squeeze, we've got the feet against the wall, there's a little bit of pressure going this way. We're gonna roll up the spine vertebra by vertebra, right? So upper back comes up, middle back, And then, just as crucially, we're gonna lower down slowly. So we're gonna drop the lower back first, middle back, finally upper back makes contact. And we wanna do this in a slow and controlled manner, right? It's not an explosive exercise, right? We really wanna focus on that mind-muscle connection. Really feel the abdominals. So we roll up the vertebra. And then down. So where you can make this even spicier is as you're coming up, do a press. So start the crunch up at the press, and then lower down as you're doing the press. Now, to be clear, we're not coming up and then doing the press, okay? It's all happening at once. Crunching and pressing, and then reversing the movement. And that's the new school Russian sit-up. One of the best things about this exercise is you can utilize the all-important principle of progressive overload, which means rather than with regular crunches where you're just gonna have to continue adding more and more reps in order to increase the difficulty, with this you can lift heavier weights, right? That is how you get stronger. When you're done training your abdominals, it's a smart idea to spend a few minutes stretching out your hips. I created a video on the one hip stretch that everybody should be doing. You can watch it here. Oh, look, the magic of the internet. Do 90 seconds per side at the end of every hard abdominal workout. So thank you so much for watching the video today. If you found the information useful, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. I appreciate your time today. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.